The symbolism of memory and rooms. This hourglass-shaped diagram is a representation of our mind. It is divided into three. The subconscious is at the bottom, and in landscape symbolism is represented by the forest and wood. See our video. The higher spirit or Atman, Buddha nature, immortal soul is at the top, and in the centre is our conscious self, with its functions of learning and thus memorizing, remembering, memory recall, reasoning, and willing. An objective is simply something we have or want to do, but can't do at the time. So the will either directs the body to take action on its behalf there and then, or it takes note. If something can't be done, and it becomes an objective, a desire, wish, or an obligation. The decision the will takes is very much governed by our personality. Even with exactly the same information inputs, different decisions may be made by the will, depending on the personality. Houses, castles, and rooms. Both the conscious self and the subconscious self, along with the body and its appearance in its entirety, is represented by the symbol of a house or castle. See our video on houses, castles, and palaces. The outside of the house or castle represents the personality or the mask. See our video of the person. And often literally rather than figuratively, a person will choose or build, if he can, a house suited to who he or she is. As such, it is especially unsettling, even inhuman, to force people to live in identical houses on estates or in vast tower blocks that look identical. It is certainly a good way to crush their spirit, their will to live in their sense of identity, maybe even make them psychologically ill, as well as subservient to the will of others. But the end result is very detrimental to society and health, as terrifying, alienating, and hostile as any primeval forest. Rooms. And so we find that a person imprisoned in a box that in no way reflects who he is or wants to be will use the interior of the house, the rooms, to symbolize what could not be represented by the building he has been forced to occupy. And we then get the very strange effect that actual rooms symbolically match the rooms seen in dreams or visions. A muddled, disorganised, untidy room reflects the person and what they are. In this case, probably an academic crumbling towards dementia, as much as a dream of such a room. Types of room. A Dictionary of Symbols. J. E. Serlo. The basement corresponds to the subconscious and the instincts, just as sewers do in symbols pertaining to the city. The kitchen, since this is where foodstuff is transformed, sometimes signifies the place or the moment of psychic transmutation in the alchemical sense. The stairs are the link between the various planes of the psyche, but their particular significance depends on whether they are seen as ascending or descending. But ultimately, the rooms in any dream or vision, hallucination, or out-of-body experience are recording our memory and how we have organised it. In other words, rooms and their contents symbolise the memory. Memory. Memory is like a big, structured database. We build memory by learning. When we are born, we have practically no memory. But as we live, we build up memory by analysing our perceptions. Thus, memory and perceptions are different, but they are closely related. Memory provides us with our model of the various systems of the universe and of man. It is our unique view, compiled from our own observations. It can be very wrong and very out of date, as we explained in our video on reality, and full of demons. Cleaning your rooms. Jordan Peterson has a section in his book 12 Rules for Life called Clean Your Rooms, and the symbolic rooms you are shown in dreams or visions and other spiritual experiences can be used to do just this, to expunge the demons and clean up your memory. If the room looks well organised but totally closed, then maybe you are relying too much on books and other people's opinions, and not enough on the inspiration you could be getting from your higher spirit on the other side of that door to perception. See video, doors and windows. If the room looks somewhat oriented to memories of sensual pleasures, then that is the state of your memory. If, on the other hand, the room looks informal and rather inviting, comfortable, uncluttered and open, relaxing and pleasant, your memory needs little cleaning out, metaphorically speaking, not a single demon in sight. And once you have cleaned out your rooms, you will be able to see the light. The window. C.P. Cavafy. In these dark chambers here, what weary days I spend, walk up and down as in a maze to find the windows. Only to unclose one of these windows will be some relief, but somehow, windows this room hasn't got, or I can't find them. Perhaps I'd better not. Perhaps the light would be another grief. What fresh surprises there might be, who knows?